If you're a retail trader, you know the feeling, don't you? It's not just about picking the right stocks. It feels more like a fight for just a fair chance in a market that, let's be honest, often feels stacked against you. So today, we're going to break down that fight. We're going to explore the key battlegrounds where you're struggling, day in and day out.
Yeah? Sound familiar? Look, this isn't a direct quote from any one person. It's more like the collective voice of thousands of traders out there. It's that sinking feeling you get when your tools fail you at the worst possible moment. Your orders go somewhere you don't understand, and you're just left wondering, did I ever even have a shot? That feeling, that frustration, that's what we're digging into.
You know, it wasn't supposed to be this way, right? The whole promise of modern finance was, well, it was incredible. The idea was to democratize the markets, make them accessible to absolutely anyone with a smartphone, the power to build wealth, literally from the palm of your hand. It was a revolutionary idea.
But the reality? It's a world away from that promise. For so many, it's a daily battle, and it's being fought on multiple fronts. So, let's gear up and explore the three big battlegrounds where this fight is really happening. The technology, the system, and, well, your own mind.
Okay, first up, the very tools you have to rely on. This is Battleground 1, technology. We're talking about your fight against the apps, the platforms, and the data streams that are supposed to empower you, but so often they just end up holding you back.
So what's the number one complaint? It's sheer unreliability. I mean, we've all heard the horror stories, right? The opening bell rings, the market goes wild, and your app just freezes solid. You see the perfect trade, but by the time your platform decides to wake up, poof, the opportunity is gone. And even worse, a frozen interface can trigger forced liquidations, turning what should have been a great trade into a massive loss.
And listen, this isn't just you or a few unlucky people. When you actually look at what traders are complaining about on social media, what's really fascinating is that all the big issues pop up with pretty much the same high frequency. Look at this chart. Platform outages, crazy fees, the institutional edge, it's all rated high. This just confirms it. You are not alone in this fight. It's a systemic problem.
So, here's the crucial point. What traders are actually asking for isn't magic. It's not some crazy futuristic tech. It's the simple, fundamental need for technology that just works. You know, reliable, real-time execution, especially when the market is going nuts. That's the basic price of admission to the game.
And this tech battle, it goes deeper than just app crashes. For the folks trying to use algorithmic strategies, the fight is even tougher. You're dealing with backtesting data that just doesn't match the real world. You've got high latency, which is just a fancy way of saying there's a killer delay between you and the market. And on top of it all, it's just a constant struggle to find a profitable edge.
So the need here is just crystal clear. We need better, more accessible tools. Retail traders are crying out for algo builders that are actually user-friendly and, most importantly, data streams they can really trust to build and launch their strategies.
Okay, so we've talked about the tools, but what about the rules of the game itself? That brings us to our next front. Welcome to Battleground 2, the system. And this is where we have to ask that really tough question. Is the whole game actually rigged against you?
You know, for a small account, every single penny counts, and the system often feels like it's designed to just chip away at your profits. You've got excessive fees, you've got these wide spreads. It really is death by 1,000 cuts. And a huge issue is how your orders get routed, often to these giant market makers in a way that seems to distort prices just enough to help out the big guys.
This brings us to a super controversial practice called payment for order flow, or PFOF. Okay, think about it like this. You're a zero-commission broker. They aren't really free. They're getting paid by a huge market maker to send your trades to them. It's like a tour guide getting a kickback for taking you to a specific restaurant. Is it really the best one for you, or just the one that pays him? The conflict of interest is staring us right in the face. Is your broker really trying to get you the best price?
And this right here perfectly shows the two-tiered system we're all living in. On one side, you have the retail trader, kind of floating on a raft with laggy data and high fees. And on the other side, you've got the institutions on a battleship. They've got way better tools, access to private trading venues called dark pools, where huge trades happen in secret, and they can see and act on market moves fractions of a second faster than you can.
When you boil it all down, the demand is incredibly simple. A level playing field. That's it. Traders just want transparent execution where they know the real costs, and they want a system where their orders are treated fairly, without being put at a disadvantage right from the start.
But here's the thing. Even if you had perfect tools and a completely fair system, there's still one last battleground. And honestly, this one might be the toughest of all. Battleground 3. the mind. This is that personal, internal fight against our own psychology, our emotions, and our tolerance for risk.
This is that inner struggle, the one that can blow up even the most brilliant trading plan. It's that powerful urge to overtrade just to make back a loss. It's forgetting to set a simple stop loss. It's letting fear and greed call the shots instead of your actual strategy. I mean, come on, does any of that sound familiar?
And it creates this horrible, destructive loop. Step 1, you take a loss, and it hurts. Step 2, you feel this intense, immediate need to win it back right now. Step 3, so you jump into a sloppy, undisciplined emotional trade. And what happens next? Step 4, you almost always end up with an even bigger loss, which just starts the whole painful cycle all over again.
So, to win this battle, traders need a lot more than just willpower. You need a whole arsenal of support. We're talking about better tools for journaling and reviewing your trades, maybe some AI that can give you objective feedback on your decisions, and real, accessible education that focuses specifically on mindset and discipline.
So there you have it. We've walked through the three major battlegrounds: technology, the system, and the mind. Let's quickly pull this all together and look at what it might actually take to forge a path toward fairer markets.
This table really brings it all home. Just look down that frequency column. Platform outages? High. Unfair practices? High. The institutional edge? High. The need for better algo tools? High. Psychological issues? High. Across the board, these are not small complaints. They are fundamental, widespread problems. And on the right, you see exactly what's needed for each one. These are the solutions that traders are practically begging for.
So, the quest for a truly level playing field really comes down to fixing these three core areas. We need technology that is both reliable and accessible. We need a system that is transparent and truly fair. And we absolutely need tools that help traders win the battle inside their own minds.
And all of this leaves us with one final, crucial question. The promise of finance for everyone is an amazing one, but the reality is still a daily battle. So as new tech emerges and the rules get debated, what do you think it will actually take to finally truly level this playing field for good?